The British are coming. Good morning, thank you for watching, hope you are well. There's been a bit of a fallout online between factions of the online right, and those people who are just looking to stir the pot. And it's all about being English, being an immigrant, or being British. And I want to give my two penneth. I've always identified personally as being British, to use a leftist phrase. This is because I was born in England to English parents. I have a Welsh paternal grandfather, and my great-grandparents on my mother's side come from Southern Ireland, now the Republic of Ireland, before the partition, so in the beginning of the 20th century. I have a England flag in the background, and I've even got a Union Jack, and I've got a specially modified one with a Welsh dragon in the middle. Yes, go me, go me. So I've always identified as British. I've always said I'm of British ethnicity, and my identity is British, and I hold British citizenship. Now, this argument and this debate has come up because of an interchange on my previous video, and that was on GB News yesterday, where Nana Akua, a Ghanaian British citizen, has asserted or put Charlie Downs of Restore Britain on the spot and tried to get him to say, is she British? Does she count? Is she English? Does she count? What's going on here? So I want to break it all down and also have a little bit of a dig at Ben Habib, because he's been online today and he's not being I wouldn't say he's being intellectually honest, because he's a very, very smart man, and he is a key example of a well-integrated migrant into Britain. These are the success stories of assimilation. When you look at Nana Akua on GB News, when you look at Ben Habib, Suella Braverman, former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, these are successes of how integration can and should work when it is in limited numbers and managed effectively. The issue is people saying things that aren't true. So we're going to get into the first one here. Nana Akua is British. She was born in Newcastle upon Tyne, England in 1971. She's the daughter of Ghanaian immigrant parents, so her family heritage is Ghanaian. Heritage and citizenship are different. She grew up in the United Kingdom and spent time in the United States when her family moved there when she was 11. She stayed in the UK for school at the time. Nationality, British. Heritage, Ghanaian. Place of birth, Newcastle upon Tyne, England, United Kingdom. Very simple. She was born post 1948. She cannot trace her heritage back to these islands pre-1948. Alright? She can never be English because she's not of English descent, and she is a successfully integrated immigrant, great personality, cracking lady, usually on the right side of things. I have no problems with her. This isn't about race. It's about being precise and being specific with language. Then we move on to the next thing here. This is from Ben Habib. Utter garbage. Ben Habib says that Nana Akua is English and British. There is no room for any serious political party for ethnically based nationalism. Yes, the rate of demographic change is a huge concern. Mass migration combined with multiculturalism is undermining our national identity. Yes, progressive discrimination is a disaster, but Nana Akua is British and English. Ethno-nationalism is inherently un-British. It would lead our wonderful country into a very dark alley. I think he's being intellectually dishonest. And as I say, I like Ben. He's a good guy. He's a very good politician. He should be in Parliament. He'd be a cracking MP. And then we move on to the issue here. People saying that Nana Akua and Keira Knightley are both English. It's factually not true. And that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That's not a positive thing. It's just, these are the apples, these are the facts. Keira Knightley is a typical English rose. Now, I question whether she's fully English, just like with me. I would never say I'm English because of my mixed ancestry of these islands. I'm a bit of a hodgepodge, and I think many native people are the same. But there is a distinction that we need to draw, and we're drawing it here, and I'm drawing it on this video. Then we move on to this, what Ben Habib says, and again this is a bit disingenuous, because we look at our old friend the British Nationality Act, and then we look at this. So much prejudice, so much terrible thinking. I have two sons that are half English, a quarter Pakistani, and an eighth Scottish, and an eighth Russian. Neither are ethnically English, are more ethnically English than me. Well, they are, and we'll get to that in a moment, Ben. Both are entirely English in culture. Again, successful assimilation, no arguments. Both are palpably English, quite possibly yes, and that again is how integration should work. One happens to be in a white household and the other brown. What prejudicial basis for either or both is not English? Okay, Ben, we'll get into this a little bit now. I had a best friend or a close friend in primary school. His name was Michael Lee. Alright? His dad was British Hong Kong, who emigrated to Britain and married an English lady. And I believe you're in a similar situation. You emigrated from Pakistan over to Britain and married an English lady. So there's no issue, okay? And your children would be mixed race. They would be half English by ethnicity and half Pakistani, or something along those lines. Alright? There's no issue there. This isn't the debate, and I think you're missing it entirely. This isn't the issue. To deny the English people, or in my case the British people, their own ethnic identity, is cultural appropriation. It's cultural appropriation. Of course you're well integrated, and of course you're on the right side of things. Don't be dishonest, Ben. It's beneath you. You're better than this, and we're on the same side. Now you've got these really, I would say, very prejudicial people that would want mass deportations of all non-white people. I don't advocate for that. I don't think that's particularly helpful. I really wouldn't advocate that, and I certainly wouldn't be voting for a party that would advocate for that either. Other people can hold that opinion. You don't have to agree with that opinion. I am a Restore Britain member, and I'm not on that page, and many patriots are not on that page either. The issue is the British government taking away our heritage, our birthright, our ancestry, without a vote or a referendum, basically doing it because they wanted to do it. This is what many take umbrage with. This is what I take umbrage with. This isn't about race. It's about government's overreach and legacy of empire. Let's just have a look now. Yep, that's the final one I wanted to say. The issue is Britishness as an ethnicity is a thing. So is being Celt, Scottish, Irish, Welsh, Northern Irish as subdivisions of that blanket British identity or ethnicity. People can come here from other countries, and if they buckle down, work hard, assimilate, they should be granted British citizenship. But ethnically, they are not the same thing. They are different, they are distinct. And once again, comment below if you think I'm off the money on this. But I do take issue, and this is one of the major issues, that somebody could emigrate to the United Kingdom, for example, and they could get a passport, British citizenship, after 5 years. And they are treated as inheritors of my country, this United Kingdom, just as somebody who's been here for 1,000 years. And the government is saying there's no distinction, there's no nuance here, there's nothing to see and there's nothing to be discussed. Many beg to differ and many disagree. Now, as I say, like and subscribe, do all that good stuff. I hope I've put my car out there. Come at me, let me know if you think I've got this dead wrong, or let me know if you think I've got this dead right. Have a good day.